Peyton Miller with 7. Jordan Malloy from Stonehill in 8. Morgan McNaughton, also from St. Francis, in 9. And Laura Trinado, one of 4 Wagner athletes competing, has 10. And underway in the women's 1-mile run. Wagner leading in the women's standings with 57 points. Stonehill second with 38.5.
It looks like we have some Wagner athletes going right to the front now.
Taking that inside path.
Looks like it's Giovanna Comerford from Wagner who is leading the athletes who are on the rail. Malloy leading the athletes on the waterfall, and it looks like they'll tuck in nicely. Malloy will go right to the front like she did last night in the 3K.
And Malloy, of course, winning the 3K and led the entire way, set the pace. It's going to be a fast pace here as she already is trying to create a little bit of distance between herself and Giovanna Comerford.
There's a lot of confidence that comes with being the fastest athlete in your event in the NEC, right? You know what it takes to be at the top of your T1 standings when you look online. There's a lot that goes into that, but we saw it last night. It worked out well for Malloy to go to the front, stretch the field out, and just eyes forward and start working.
Sort of creating a train here. There's not really a bunch in this event right now as Malloy is in first. Trinado and Comerford trading second and third right now. Morgan McNaughton from St. Francis is in fourth. And now creating distance between 1 through 3 and 4 through 10.
So yeah, this is opened up. So this is going to be a faster race. In years past, usually what has won is just around 5 minutes, maybe sub 5 minutes. So expect around that time today.
1-mile record, a 4:51, set by Caitlin Glither from Quinnipiac back in 2006. I'm not sure if we'll hit a 4:51. As you mentioned earlier, though, the bank track translated time from Malloy was in the low 450s.
Exactly, yeah. So she was sub 450 with that conversion. You know, you have to think she's probably has some tiredness in those legs from yesterday. We talked a lot about just her resting tonight or last night, just really focusing on that recovery, and I'm sure she did just that. Otherwise, I don't think that we'd see her up front, pacing out this field.
Might be mistaken. I think she just hit the 800 mark there, just under 2:30, which would translate to right around 5 minutes.
Right around 5 minutes, correct.
And opening up a slight lead between Malloy, Trinado, and Comerford. But between 1 through 3 there and then 4 to the rest of the way, there's a major difference in space, about 60 meters or so.
Yeah, and that's Dismaris from Central Connecticut. She's leading that chase pack of around 5 athletes, 4 behind her.
Those are major points. I mean, if you finish in 4th place, you're adding 5 points. So.
Absolutely. But just keep in mind, she has 2 Wagner athletes who are in front of her.
Right. Stonehill's Jordan Malloy in first. Comerford and Trinado from Wagner right behind, and now Comerford looking to make a move.
I like where Comerford is. She has been very patient so far, and she's just tucked in and allowed Malloy to do the work.
2 laps to go.
But it looks like Malloy is putting a little insertion into the pace right now.
It really is. She's opening things up as well as Trinado drops a little behind Comerford. And Malloy opening that lead and extending it as she heads into the bell lap.
And this is a fun moment for her, right? So she knows she's in the lead. She probably hears from her teammates that she does have a gap now. So now she just needs to close well. She has that speed to be able to do so. We saw it last night in the 3,000 meters.
She put up a 35-second to last lap. She's in contention to be low to mid 450s. As she comes down the final stretch, Jordan Malloy from Stonehill had a 3K title yesterday, and she notches the 1 mile time. Is that a record?
That might be close to the NEC record. Another NEC record for Jordan Malloy.
An NEC 3K record, an NEC 1 mile record for Jordan Malloy. 4:50.86, the new 1 mile record at the championships.
Wagner picking up some big points, finishing second, third, and fourth.
We talked about it when she hit 800 meters. And the thought was maybe she's on pace for about 5 minutes. She crossed that line around at right around 2:28, which was, we thought maybe it's a slightly slower second half mile. It was a much faster second half mile, closing in that final lap in 34.37 seconds. Wow. What a performance from Jordan Malloy. A 3K title in the finals yesterday, setting a new record. And now today, after a 9:42 yesterday in the 3K, a 4:50 in the mile. And gaining Stonehill very valuable points here to find themselves toward the top of the standings. Just to run through some of the other athletes, Malloy first, Trinado second, Comerford third, Colbo fourth, McNaughton finished in 5th place. Dismaris in 6th, Connors in 7th, Lawrence in 8th, Peyton Miller in 9, Naomi Pillen in 10th.